here for it, I noticed like you do it like it was the first time I've watched the thing, where like
Yeah.
I see kind of like how we do like the intro where like we'll just kind of talk until it goes and then we'll do like an actual introduction. And like I just thought it was funny how like it cuts in like right into like the middle of like just like something completely random being talked about or you just kind of like getting it all together. Uh yeah, we really should figure out what the exact delay is, like how long it takes before, from clicking go live and the countdown to like when we actually are being recorded on YouTube.
Honestly, that's probably a good thing to get down. We'll
Yeah.
probably time that out sometime.
I
We
think
can
I
compare.
personally think it's right when the uploading shows up there. Like as soon as like I don't think it has to get to a certain percent. Like it doesn't show up at first, and then after like a moment, then all of a sudden it shows up. And I think like once that happens, then it's like okay, now that portion is being uploaded.
See, I almost always assume that it takes a couple more seconds at least for us to get live. But like I wait until that little uploading thing hits in the 90% because I'm like, okay, it needs to finish the upload, but it
Yeah.
never finishes. It just hovers in that
Yeah, it's
90%
kind of
range.
well because it's constantly recording.
Yeah, go figure. That's just how video works, Cody. Come on now, figure this out. But with that said, hey, and welcome to Lunch with the Boys. We're doing a little bit of a special episode this Wednesday. I don't think have we done an episode on Wednesday?
We have not. No, we have
Oh,
not.
so welcome, new audience, new people. If you haven't seen us before, we are both part of Good Rep Media. My name's Cody Anderson. I am joined by Jordan Vogel. And Good Rep Media, if you don't know, is a small business marketing agency. We help small businesses rank better on Google. We help you with your Google business profile. We help you with your website. We help you with your online presence. If you are doing something online, if you're trying to get customers in your door, on your website, filling out some type of form so that you can contact them, we can help you with that. If that's something you're interested in, reach out. As it is, we have some kind of announcements. It's almost like a season 2, season 1 situation going on. How would you describe it, Jordan?
I like season 1, season 2.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're doing something different. We're going to be going to Spotify. We're going to be going to Apple. We're going to hopefully be pushing our pod onto a little bit bigger of a stage.
Realistically, season 1, season 2 probably isn't the right call. It's just kind of like an expansion,
Yeah.
It's just kind of growing our market a little bit, growing our
Footprint.
resources. I don't know, whatever you'd want to consider it. But
I
I
was going to
mean,
say.
it's not like anything right here is changing.
Yeah.
It's not like all of a sudden now you're gonna get a different experience watching us. So like I don't know. Like again, yeah. Like I liked it when you said season 1, season 2, because that's fun. But like also I don't know that it's accurate after I
Yeah.
started thinking about
So
it.
the whole situation that we're running into right now, just so that we can be transparent, we're on YouTube. We push everything to YouTube. Good Rep Media. This is kind of what we've been doing. This was more of a challenge to ourselves to get us out there creating content more comfortable in front of a camera. We did that whole improv class as we kind of learn how to rip off of each other a little bit more. And now we're taking that next step. There's more that we can do on this. And it turns out getting onto Spotify, getting onto Apple, pushing this podcast into other spots is not the most terribly difficult thing to do. And so that's going to be our next step. We're going to be starting that in April. April 14th, I think, is going to be our first episode. We're going to hopefully get that live on Tuesday, April 14th, and that should be a good little start for us. I think we're going to keep the same cadence though, right?
Yeah.
Tuesdays noon.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
so. I didn't. If you're planning on changing it, I haven't heard that yet. So that'd be news to me.
Hell yeah. Well, no, actually, news to you. We're changing everything up. I got a severance letter here. Actually, no, I'm just kidding.
So news to you, you're fired.
The best lunch with the boys
on the podcast. Dude. Like, I just needed witnesses to make sure you don't overreact.
And if you did overreact, I got to milk it for content. Oh my dear God, dude. That's a genius move. We're going to hold that one in our back pocket. No one's fired on the pod today.
There needs to be a YouTube channel of just like people being hired to like be like, hey, we just have a like because like have you ever seen like that YouTube channel like the guy who like delivers bad news and stuff like that?
Oh
where
yeah,
like, hey, someone paid me to tell you suck, Where it's like, yeah, hey, we just like there's a whole channel of like people just being fired over a Zoom call.
What TV show Was it King of the Hill? There was
I don't know,
some
I never
TV
really watched King
show
of the
where
Hill.
someone was hired to be part of it was King of the Hill. Dale Gribble. He was hired to be part of some big corporate structure, and because he was a Terminator or whatever, what do they call the people who kill bugs?
Oh, Exterminator.
Exterminator, not a
Terminator. I
Terminator.
like Terminator though. It probably seems like a Terminator to the bugs.
I was gonna say. So Dale Gribble is a Terminator. He starts working for a big company, and they put him in charge of laying people off, and they pay him in milks. Like that's a whole like plot for an episode is him just laying people off, and his family comes in to like see him, and he calls someone in while his family's like greeting him, and he's like, you're fired. Be out of your desk by the end of the day. You're like walking through a factory or something like that.
That's crazy.
Oh my dear goodness, it's crazy stuff. But we'll keep that for a special episode. Keep an eye out for that one. That's a mid-season special. Shake things up.
Yeah. Hey, if you'd have told me I was fired here, like Mel said, that would have been a good little April Fool's joke here on the live.
You know what?
No, it wouldn't, Cody.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
I feel like that would be really, really bad.
Lighthearted April Fool's joke. Surprise! You don't have health insurance.
In the year of our Lord 2026, we're taking care of health insurance. Oh my dear goodness. No, that might not have been the best idea for an April Fool's Day prank. Do let us know if you're out there right now, if you have any pranks that you're pulling, if anyone's pulled a prank on you. I would be kind of fascinated to hear about it. Yeah, have not seen any.
Have you ever done any? Let's talk April Fools for a second. We're riffing here. Like, what have you ever had a good one done to you? What's the best you've ever done? Are you even someone who's really been involved in many April Fools?
Dude, I'm bad at holidays, and I don't know how to like express that. I'll buy gifts. I know how to like participate in the holidays, but as like a kid growing up, I grew up like super sheltered, and we just didn't do holidays. Yeah. So like people talk about St. Patty's Day and wearing green. I don't even have that thought because it's not something I ever did. So when we talk about, April Fools or doing anything there, what in the world?
Mel, you clicking buttons?
We got background music. This is new.
Yeah, I do get that, and like I'm sitting here, like Mel had asked me earlier, like do I ever do any pranks? And I can't think on any that I've done in any past years. Like normally it was just like I don't know, I fall into like a thing where I'm like, oh, this will be funny, this will be a little lighthearted thing, and then like to me, it like I don't take things as serious as a lot of other people do. So like things that are lighthearted to me are a little heavier to other people. And so I find myself often being like, oh, here's a little lighthearted prank. And then someone will get upset by it. And I'm like, okay, I shouldn't have done that. And so like now it's like, okay, maybe I don't do that.
Yeah. Do you have any that stand out specifically where you're like
I just know that I've had those reactions, but I can't think in my head of like what they were always small things. My problem is they're never planned out. It's just like, oh, I can trick this person on this really quick. And then I'll do something. And they'll be like, why would you even do that? And nothing off the top of my head. It sucks. I'm sitting here. It feels like I'm speaking like hypothetically because I can't give an example.
All of my prank ideas would have ended me on a list or in behind bars. And so I've never done.
I will say one of the things that gets annoying about April Fool's Day is like now like corporations are taking on April Fool's Day like really heavily on social media. And like if you don't realize, like if you don't wake up and like realize, hey, it's April 1st, you're gonna look on you're gonna look on social media and there's gonna be like an announcement. Like video game companies do it a lot where they're like, hey, look at our new update, and like it's like silly little things where it's like, why would you ever waste time doing that? And it's like, oh duh, it's April Fools. They're not. I do like a lot of like anime channels I follow on like social media will post things like new anime announced, like Attack on Titan season,
Attack on Titan season 6 part 4.
Yeah, like they'll be like, like one new episode of Attack on Titan coming in May, and it's like, oh shit, and it's like April Fools. Damn it.
I mean, hey, I'm kind of here for it. I'm here for those kind of simple April Fool's jokes. I really like the either reverting a website so it looks like it's from the 90s or updating them with a bunch of random ads that are completely fake. So like one of my favorite websites that I use regularly, they did that. It looks like a 90s interface. It looks like it runs on Windows 98 or whatever. And another has a bunch of ads for themselves on their homepage. It's just covered in ads. The most spammy looking thing you've ever seen. And I'm kind of here for those little pranks. Now, mind you, if you landed on that and you didn't know it was April 1st, you'd probably think you were hacked or there was like a big problem going on. But
I think last year, I don't remember who I was talking to, but we had the idea to kind of do one on you where I was going to replace a bunch of like the front pages on our websites with like 404s. Like, hey, look, all our websites are down. And again, that's where it's like that's lighthearted to me. To you, that's a panic attack.
I'm pretty sure you've hit me with something like that before.
I think I had. I think it was a year ago on April 1st. I think I did that.
I'm like, wait. Is my PTSD tingling?
And it's like I got to make sure I do it really fast too, so I don't leave the websites on 404.
Well, exactly.
Pages.
You got to do a quick turnaround. Yeah. But anyways, as we get into it, we're going to be launching the new show on April 14th, and we're going to be hitting a few of the heavy hitters in our first couple of episodes, which I think are the ones most people want. So, which topics are you covered? What are you most excited for? Those first 3 episodes, you got them offhand?
No.
No, hell yeah.
So I'm excited because I know I've been pitching this to you for a bit. There is like the fact that we are going back and we're going to touch on some of the older things that we've touched on, because I do think like the things that we did very early, like probably weren't done as well as they could have been because we didn't have as much experience in talking to the cameras and kind of enunciating everything we want to say. We got off topic a lot earlier. So I think that it's going to be exciting to go back through like the basics, the very important, because like the most important things to anything is the basics, is the fundamentals. And I think we've gotten very far away from that. And you could just go back and rewatch our old thing, but I think it will be good to have a nice new solid like 30-minute episode where we talk like what is like the top 5 things you can do for your business right now, or on Joey Matterhorn things like, like what is affiliate marketing and stuff like that, I think are really good topics to make sure we have hammered home correctly.
Yeah. So my first ever marketing job, we created what I would call pillar content. If you've ever worked in content marketing, if you've ever worked in, newspapers, websites, anything like that, pillar content is the really big piece of important content that links out to a whole bunch of others. That is the flagship of what you're looking to say. So think of it like I worked for a company called Best Colleges. Their best online colleges of 2026 article is a pillar article. They updated that article every year. It was thousands and thousands of words. It had a lot of research effort, energy, and time put into this article because it was one of those that you're going to be updating pretty regularly. Now, I would consider these the pillar topics of video where, hey, if you're going to be watching content, you're going to want an updated guideline on how to, episode 1 is going to be on Google Business Profile Optimization. How to get your Google Business Profile optimized, why you need to get it optimized, some of the tips and tricks that you might not know about optimizing your profile, and all of the things you can do right now while you listen to that podcast to optimize that profile. We did a really good episode on that, I want to say like 6-7 months ago, but it's one of those that I think you want to do. It's one of those that you want to do regularly, and you want to make sure that you keep updated because things do change over time. And that's, hell, no one wants to watch that like year-old video on how to update your thing. They want to watch something brand new, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because it almost like replicates what we do, because like we sit here and we repeat to our customers over and over, and our clients over and over and over again, like, hey, your nap is very important. Hey, we should make sure your nap is consistent. Hey, pay attention to your nap. So it only makes sense that our channel multiple times keeps reiterating it, which we do in most of our episodes anyways, but like having an episode dedicated to that, or dedicated to like the top 5 things you can do to improve your business right now. Like what a great like that's a great episode for people to watch, you know, and for
Exactly.
us to be able to fine tune it and get it out there in a more refined, streamlined kind of episode where we'll do 30 minutes versus an hour, but we're on topic, that's going to be good. That's going to be a great resource for people.
Yeah, and I'll be real. One of my goals as we get more into this, and I know I called this season one into season two. This is I'm viewing this almost as like our season one. Like this is our launch. I know it's not. We've had this history. We've been growing. We've been learning all of these skills. But this is like, okay, we're gonna hit this. We're gonna hit this hard, and we're gonna come up with this calendar where it's like, let's hit the basics. Hit the intro for the first month. We're going to hit Google Business Profile Optimization. We're going to hit small business, local business websites, what you need on them, why they're important, all of the ins and outs of what a website is needed for on a small business. And then 3, setting up a process for your small business, setting up the process for checkout, getting reviews, making sure that you have your POS set up, making sure that you have a system for SMSing or emailing, reaching out to your people who come in and purchase your products or services, whatever it might be. All of those different systems and processes that you might want to look into, set up, and optimize. So if those are the first 3 that are like major for me, and I'm going to want to be doing a update to all 3 of those videos every year, as well as getting a little bit deeper into it. So I'm looking forward to this kind of like refresh because we get to hit all the big topics again. And those big topic refreshes are what's relevant in 2026. I mean, hell, we talked about AI last year a whole bunch, but we're getting our businesses showing up in AI. We figured it out a lot better in the past couple of months, have we not?
Yeah, I remember I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, you know, I use AI a fair amount. I feel like," and she's like, "Yeah, you talk about it every other day on your podcast."
And it's true. The thing is, and I wanted to almost mention this like in an AI discussion where how much are we realistically using it? How much is it actually benefiting us in these scenarios? And I don't think it's benefiting us as much as everyone wants us to believe. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that there's not a benefit. I'm saying that it's helpful. There's a lot of stuff that it does, but also the amount that we're spending on it and the infrastructure and all of the data center stuff and all of this, like I'm hearing psychology, like psychological studies of people who have been interacting with AI for the past couple of years and how their
It's
brains look different. And
it's
I'm not a scientist, man, but that's scary.
it's something that's still so new. Like the concept's been there, but like it being there in reality is so new to us that like, and it's such a big tool that like applies to every single person. Like I can't think of anybody who wouldn't have some type of way that they could use it in some way to make life a little bit easier. And because of that, it's so ingrained now into people's life so quickly that like it didn't exactly have a place that it fit, you know. And so like right now people are still trying to figure out how do we balance like AI with real life versus like where, when, and where should I be using it. And I think now it's like a crutch because people didn't know how much they should be using it, and now they use it too much.
Well, and it's using it in ways that it is not beneficial or useful. Like, I know we've talked about psychosis and stuff a number of different times, and that's just it's real. It's scary to see. I'll be curious to see in the coming years where people go with it. But I'm definitely excited to talk about where it's going to be one of our topics that we chat about a
Yeah.
little bit. Realistically, as a marketing agency, how much are we using AI? Because if we're your marketing agency, if we're working with these small businesses and we're having success, and I can tell you realistically how much we're using AI, it's not as much as people seem to think we need to. Um, but hey, we'll see.
Or to the other end of the spectrum, there are a lot of people who would probably say we're using it way more than we need to,
I
you
mean,
know,
also very true,
like
but it's also
in both can be right, you know. Like
yeah,
that's the hard thing about it, is like finding that balance. Because like yes, like we it's not about using it less or using it more, it's about using it better, you
yeah.
know. Like it doesn't like it's one or the other isn't necessarily better, but it's about finding out when and where you need to be using it.
Yeah. And honestly, man, I think we're gonna get there. I
I'm
do
glad we
hope.
managed to squeeze a 5-minute AI section in.
Yeah,
the video.
we always gotta hit it
Really
with a
on
little
brand.
bit of AI. But what's your? There's a good question here. Is there a specific topic you're looking forward to the most? Do you have your own personal tier list of topics you want to discuss?
I think the like going back over 5 things that you can do right now is going to be big because we know more than we did then too. And I think we can talk on it better. I think we'll be able to like it again, it's just that second chance opportunity because I think
Yeah,
that right there is potentially like our most valuable information that we can give. Is like that entry level, what can you do right here, right now to improve your business? We know that because we've done that enough. So
yeah,
I'm excited to kind of do that right.
yeah. I revisiting those big topics I think is going to be really good. Hitting AI a little bit is going to be pretty good. I'm excited to hit any type of comments. Anyone who might have comments or ideas for topics or things that they want to reach out to us for. I'm also really excited to talk to guests, bring in people to interview and reach out to them and be like, yo, hey, we're a marketing agency. You are working with us. You've worked with us. What are your thoughts here? And I think that's something not a lot of people have seen. I've seen a couple of different online personalities do interviews, and they're like, "Hey, this is my client. We've helped them for the past, 3 to 6 months, and this is where they're at now, and we would love to chat about all this." And I think that's valuable. So I'll be really
Mhm.
interested to do some more of that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm bummed. Like we were supposed to yesterday, be with a guest, and
Yes.
he's going to be here again next week. So like that's like it's not like we missed that opportunity or anything, but that does bum me out. As that was one I was looking really forward to, and I am still looking forward to that next week. But I mean, I do feel like that question was tailored more to the like post like
Yeah.
mid-April kind of.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. No, we're targeting like all the mid-April stuff. I will say Riverside was down yesterday for the first time that we've experienced. And
mhm,
so we're back. I'm glad that we could do this on an off day. Like, I
yeah,
appreciate you making
we
time.
we did have one other issue once with Riverside, but that was more on our end. That was because we opened like too many studios and stuff like that in it, or
I think that might be me.
what are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing.
But yeah, whatever I was just saying, that was a hard reset on me, bro.
That when they push that's the button they press on your back of your fucking neck
that
that
was that
resets
was
your
the Men
whole
in Black little whatever they call it, the little flash of
the
light.
flashy thing.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
my
man.
goodness, man. Um
Mel says it was her. She got you good with that April Fool's joke.
April Fools, it's
She
me.
says, "Hey, at April Fools, get gaslighted, bozo."
April Fools is just an excuse to
Just
gaslight
gaslight the
Wednesday.
people closest to you.
Jeez. Uh, try not to gaslight too many people around you this
Only
April
one
Fools.
day out of the year, Cody. It's the day to do it. That's literally what April Fools is.
Oh my gosh, man. Maybe this is why I'm bad at April Fools. But as is. So those are the main topics. I wanted to hop us live. Even if we didn't get a chance to go yesterday, we are going to be live next week on Tuesday with Tim to talk about his podcast, as well as how he's been doing with a lot of his small business content, how he approaches writing content, copywriting for a brand new business website, and helping out a small business with what they've got going on. So if that's something that you're interested in, join us next Tuesday at noon on the Good Rep channel. We'll be chatting with Tim. It's gonna be a great time. We are going to be live at noon on the Joey Matterhorn channel as well on Monday, the what is that, the 6th, 7th? Monday the 6th. Uh again, the amount of times that 6-7 pops up in
That's
regular
why it became a
conversations.
meme. That is
Yeah,
why it became a meme.
it is
Like,
actually absurd. But if that's something that interests you, come join us on the Joey Matterhorn channel. We'd love to have you. As is, keep an eye out, man. Lunch with the Boys is going to be coming to podcast streaming service near you. All of them, every single
all of
one of
them,
them,
every
right?
single one of them. We got to deal with oh god, what was that one there was a podcast service that I listened to. Like I listened to it was more like a story, almost like an audiobook like podcast. where it was like Wolverine, like from Marvel and stuff, had like this little like podcast where it was like him on this like Louisiana Bayou trip thing. Like it was interesting. It was a very
It was like a
interesting
story podcast.
Yeah, I don't remember what was it, like Shutter. No, maybe I don't know. I'll look into it. I'll let you know. But it was definitely interesting. It wasn't like podcast like two people sitting there talking. It was like very much like listening to like a little like movie or something without the visuals.
I've never listened to like the missing persons or like the scary stories podcasts, but have you ever heard of Only Murders in the Building?
I've heard of it. I've never actually listened to that though.
Would recommend that you check out Only Murders in the Building. The whole premise is that they start a podcast in this building where a murder happens, and as the investigation goes on, they're podcasting a new episode every week. And so like their weekly episodes are updates on the ongoing investigation into the murder that happened in their building. And I'm like, holy crap, that's a really cool premise.
Yeah, interesting. Stitcher was the podcast that like hosted that Wolverine one.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say catch lunch with the boys on Stitcher this
this spring. What are we using to drop it places, or are we just like going to each of them and like?
We're gonna be using Spotify Creator Studio, I think, is our distro. Which, if you have something else, if anyone listening has any recommendations, I'm here for it, because we're figuring this out as we go along. This is new to us, and I'm excited to spend a little bit more time on it. A little bit more time, a little bit more energy. We're getting a little bit better at it, and that's really cool.
We have put enough time and effort into this podcast that seeing it grow will be really cool. So any opportunity that we have to do that, like, I'm excited for.
Yeah, that's the goal. And so join us on that journey. Check us out wherever you check out your podcasts. We'd love to be along. We'd love to have you listen. With that, I mean, that's Lunch with the Boys in a nutshell. Kind of easily riffing here. One day we're going to actually get lunch. We'll see what happens. But anything you want to leave the good folks off with, Jordan, before we hop out of here?
Find us on Spotify.
We got to get you a catchphrase. Like lava lava ding dong.
6'7".
What's the
a catchphrase? I don't know. I don't seem like a catchphrase kind of guy.
You don't seem like a catchphrase kind of guy. I feel like we're a catchphrase kind of
show.
The
way the news goes.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
You stay classy, Grand Rapids.
Well, okay. We're not just Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Stay classy, United States of America.
Classy, YouTube.
No, we just talked about how we're going to be on fucking Stitcher.
We're not on Stitcher. You stay classy, podcast listeners.
You stay classy, listeners, and we'll see you on
always
the
bigger,
next
always
episode.
better, always forward.
Yeah. Stop looking backwards. Start looking forwards. We'll see you on the next episode of Lunch with the Boys, where we're gonna have Tim next Tuesday at noon. See you folks then.